Hello, my name is Michael Vargas, and I work with guys who are dating who can't seem to meet anyone that they want to be with, and I help them find and create deep and meaningful relationships. And so this is part 2 of the video series, Don't Have Enough Time for Relationships. And last video I talked about the mindset of it, and now I'm going to be talking about tips, techniques, skills that you can have in order to create more time for your life. So one of the first things that I want to talk about is from the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And there's a diagram there that talks about things, seeing it as a four space grid of important, not important, urgent, and not urgent. And the most important thing of that is to really live in the world of things that are important but not urgent, right? So an example is your health. Your health is something that's very important, but you might be feeling like you're doing okay right now. Well, you want to make sure you're maintaining your health, so you're doing things now so you don't have to worry about it later. Right? So we're doing those things that are going to have the bigger effect in the long run, and so that we're making sure we don't have to put out any fires and things that are important to us. Okay? The second thing is I want you to think of whenever you're doing something or whenever you're offered ideas, because there's a lot, especially in San Francisco, there are so many things happening all the time. I want you to keep this idea in your head where you say no to the things you like so that you can say yes to the things that you love. That helps create the space for the things that actually matter in your life. Okay. Also, throughout our day, we have moments of time. 15 minutes here, 10 minutes here, half hour there. And I want you to use that time for something productive, something that you really want in your life, and as opposed to watching TV, right? Something that's not productive, but it's killing time. I want you to use your time. Don't just kill it. Okay. Also, be efficient, right? So if you can kind of look at trying to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. So simple ideas. If you're going to the kitchen, what else can you bring to the kitchen other than that 1 cup? Is there another plate? Something you have to throw out? It's a simple example, but if you really think about trying to be more efficient with your time, using your time to get the most out of it, that's going to be really helpful. Also, focus. Focus. I love the saying for focus is follow one course until success. So just hone in on that one thing, okay? Also, a couple of tools that I would love you to use. Actually, before I go into tools, there's another thing you got to take care of, which is your body. 8 hours of sleep. You need 8 hours of sleep because when you get 8 hours of sleep, not only are you energized throughout the day, but you can focus better. You have more clarity. You don't get that sleepy feeling throughout your day. You're able to really use your capacity. Also, eating healthy, eating right. You're giving your body what it needs in order to, again, have more clarity and more energy throughout the day. The more energy you have throughout the day, the better you're going to feel and the more productive you can become. Also, at least stay in decent shape. In decent shape. Be walking, be running a little bit, just doing something to maintain your body, because if your body feels good, then it's going to be a lot easier for you to be able to do those things. Now, coming back to the tools I was talking about, this first tool is called batching. So I want you to get as many of the similar things that you have to do at once. So if you work with clients one-on-one and you do that throughout the week, see if you can get as many as you can in like 2 or 3 days so that it's a simpler flow and it makes it a lot easier as opposed to stopping, and starting. You're doing all of that at once. Okay. Also, creating a power hour for yourself. So setting a time where you turn off all electronics, you get rid of all distractions, you just peed, you have water right next to you, and you just spend an hour just completely dedicated to whatever it is that you need to do without any distractions. Okay. Also, to help you with that is also organization. Being organized is something that's really extremely helpful. So a little tool that you can do is have a section for your notes, things that you need to remember, things you need to write down. And then have a section for a committed list. And on this list, you are allowed only 10 things on there at once. Only 10. And then from that committed list, you take those things and then you actually schedule them in your calendar. So putting those in your calendar so you know what to do when you have to do it, so you don't have to think about it. So it's this big funnel so that you know what you have to do. Okay. Also, waking up every morning consciously. Wake up and say, this is what I have to do throughout the day. This is what I'm going to do. And in that, you can at least come up with 3 things that you want to get done that day. And if you do those 3 things, then you're set for the day. And if you have 3 things every day and you get those done, you're going to be able to move forward tremendously. Also, to have a bit of a morning ritual. So wake up, you might do some stretching, you might have some nice tea, you might journal, you might do a half hour of emails, or a half hour of this, half hour of that. But have a morning ritual where every morning you wake up and you know exactly what you're doing. Another thing that really helps save time are goals. And I know this sounds ridiculous, but goals are so important because they help you funnel in what it is that you need to do for your life. What is it that you really want to be doing? And goals, they need to be SMART. Some of you may have heard this. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, meaning is this what you really want? Time bound, right? Some other things that actually help you get those goals completed: accountability. Have someone that you're talking to consistently about what's going on. Getting feedback. Have someone who's going to give you an outside perspective of what's going on and how is your progress with that. And something that's really important when you have goals is to have time for fun and play, because that helps re-energize you. And if you just dig hard into your goals, it's going to burn you out. But if you have time for some fun and some play, that's going to fill you back up. Okay? A lot of times people talk about how they get tired, how they get exhausted. And there's 2 types of tired that people don't realize. There's a physical exhaustion, and then there's a mental exhaustion. And a lot of times we're mentally exhausted, but we can actually keep going throughout the day. So I want you to look at, how is it that you can do something small but get 10 times the result of energy back? What is something little that you can do? So for me personally, I take a cold shower. If I'm feeling tired, if I'm feeling exhausted, I will take a 5-minute cold shower and I'm reset. And that's something that takes me only 5 minutes, but gives me hours for the rest of the day. Another thing that helps me out is meditating. And there's a variety of ways to meditate, but when I meditate for 10 minutes, it helps me reset. People also identify venting, doing something physically, so getting more into your body, experiencing something that you're afraid of. So if you're afraid of bugs, go to like a animal shop and look at the spiders. Or if you're afraid of heights, go to a really tall building and look over the edge. It'll get your heart pumping and it'll give you energy. Music. People identify certain songs or certain music to really lift up their energy. And also, trying something new. It can be something small like a food you've never eaten, right? Or going somewhere that you've never been. Something to just kind of refresh you and get you out of your comfort zone and make you become more alert. That's a way to get more energy, and that's something that would help you actually save more time. All of these tools, these are all a ton of different ways in which you can save time. And the key is, find the one that works best for you. So what I would love for you to do is take at least one of the many things that I listed and do it and implement it in your life. Just one thing. And then when you got that down, when you have that system, then find another one and another one. And before you know it, you'll be getting things done quicker with a lot more ease and having so much more time for your day. Also, these things, if you don't work it, it won't work. So make sure you're putting in that effort. I know it seems like you're adding, but this is a way to add to subtract. Okay? So that's it for me today. Like I said, my name is Michael Vargas. You can find out more about me at mavargas.com, or you can also email me if you have any questions, comments, especially about this. I'd love to hear if you implemented one of these and what happened for you. So you can email me at michael@mavargas.com. Thank you very much and have a good day.